tip from DJ Wheat. Help your gift givers. By the way, you might want to just have Force reconnect. I know he sounds a little scratchy, guys. So
sorry, guys.
While we do that, let me read this one. So help your gift givers with webpage links to deals. You guys, I cannot tell you how much this will increase the amount of shit that you get for Christmas. And I don't mean shit in a bad way. I mean like collectively the amount of bomb-ass stuff that you get for Christmas will go up if you utilize this method. Now, certainly in every family, and I don't know, maybe I'm an anomaly, but we always have these Christmas lists that rotate around. And now in the world of the internet and email, it gets even better because everyone, emails their lists. Well, what I do is I do all of my shopping online and find deals like, hey, guess what? I found this box set to the X-Files Season 6 that I don't have. It's $20 at buy.com. Here's a link. And boom. They click on the link. Suddenly, the next thing they know, they're fucking putting in their payment information, and it's under the tree for Christmas for you guys. You will get everything you ask for if you point people in the right direction. All right? So this has served me very, very well over the years, over the past 3 years since, email has started to become used in my family. Utilize this, you guys, whether it be for consoles, games, movies, anything. You can find deals for just about anything on the internet. And if you're not doing this for your holiday list, then you're an idiot.
Well, the nice part about it, dude, is that you're saving them money.
And you're saving them time because they click on a link and then suddenly they're checking out. And it's like,
and if they think they're saving money, like, wow, fuck yeah, I'll buy like 6 of these for wheat.
Right. The other thing too is those Visa gift cards are like the new hot commodity. See, I used to ask for Best Buy cards all the time.
Or money.
No, I never asked for money.
Oh, okay.
Like for whatever reason, I think that it's different when someone gives you $25 of cash, but aside from say like $25 in Best Buy gift cards. I mean, when really have you gotten $50 in cash, but how many $50 gift certificates have you gotten? So the check card is the same way, whereas it's basically a gift card that you can use anywhere, whether that be on the internet or whether that be at a store. So the check cards are great because you don't have to limit yourself to one store. So I would highly suggest drop the Best Buy cards. No one, they're old hat because then you can only shop at one place, Best Buy. Blah. Get yourself a Visa gift card, and it's just like a Visa check card. It's fucking fantastic. Highly suggest everyone check it out. We got Force back now? Force?
I'm back. I'm
all
listening.
Right. Oh, you sound good.
You sound a lot better now. Force, all of these little Christmas holiday reminders, what do you think? Do people need to heed to these or what? You got anything to add or?
The only thing that I would probably add is if Hardcore Gamer owns a 360, feel free to buy them a second one.
Oh.
That's what I want for Christmas this year.
Dude, that was a nice little 360 slam there. But, and
that's
if
two
you're
for
gonna
him today.
If you're gonna go the whole 9 yards for us, you might as well buy them an extra Rock Band as well, because just like we said on EG months ago, the Rock Band shit's failing left and right. Thank you very much.
I played it actually in Walmart, and the guitar was a piece of crap.
Dude,
I had it in my hands. I wanted to buy it, and I was
that's
sketchy.
the guitar you get in your fucking game. It's a piece of crap. I told you guys. I wasn't lying. I even gave it the benefit of the doubt, Force. I don't know if you remember, but I was like, I don't want to be hastily in announcing this. However, after playing Rock Band, the guitar feels like shit. And I didn't know if it was because, hey, if this is a production unit, if it's a demo unit, it probably gets played all to hell.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think back at it, so does my Guitar Hero guitar. What's the difference between me spending 6 hours plugging away and getting really versus a guy that's going to go in 8 hours there? It's used in the store. I think people really need to watch out for this Rock Band thing, and I'm almost glad that I could not find the PS3 version over the last 4 days, because I think that they're going to have to come out with a, Series 2 that hopefully has a little better hardware in it.
Everyone's basically just saying, use your Guitar Hero guitar.
Exactly, and there's good reason for that, because at least they made a fucking great guitar. The Guitar Hero guitar is solid, all right? even in Digital Life 2006, I saw a guy, the guy that won the finals, broke his guitar. He didn't break it in the first whack. He didn't even break it in the second whack. He broke it in the third whack.
I remember that.
All right? If he wanted to break it in the first whack, we would have handed him a rock band guitar.
We would have also needed a time machine.
Yes, that too. Thank you, Doc Brown. We appreciate that. The Magic Box had some new info on Silent Hill 5 that I have not seen anywhere else. Slated for 2008, this PS3 and 360 game. Here are 5 new points about the game, which are somewhat interesting. First off, the game has a military influence because the protagonist is an ex-soldier. Not sure how it's going to play in, just another tidbit that's been given out. Silent Hill 5 is going to revamp their combat system, which I think is a very, very good thing for the series. Force, I don't know how many Silent Hills you've actually played. That was the worst part. It is, because it was the one area that, if you remember, Resident Evil had the same plague. You know, Resident Evil, it's like, okay, I'm going to rotate now. I'm rotating. Okay, now I can run this direction. There was no, like, free move. Okay, hold on. Let me rotate back. Okay, now I'm going to run in this direction. You know, like, that's what Silent Hill is. And even after playing Silent Hill Origins on the PSP, I'm sort of reminded about how, like, clunky and almost blocky, almost tile-like that movement is. So the fact that they are finally breaking from that and going to more of a, hopefully like Resident Evil 4, free-flowing, you know, move while you shoot or attack, that will be a big deal. They do say there's going to be a lot more maneuvering and a lot more character movement. So I'm with you, Forrest. I thought it was one of the most terrible things about the game, and it didn't make it any better that the game, like, is constantly making you feel tense and in fear. And by having limited movement, it was constantly a problem. Like, you could never do quick 180s. I mean, fuck, even like Dino Crisis had quick 180 turns and stuff. What happened to that game anyway?
The second one was a piece of shit.
They killed it after they took it to space. Wasn't that Dino Crisis 3
it was
horrible.
4
or something? Also, the game, and you'll like this, Forrest, the game is inspired by the classic movie Jacob's Ladder from 1990. And if you've never seen the movie, shame on you. You should go see it immediately. This Silent Hill 2 story is somehow related to the game, and Akira Yamaoka, who we interviewed at E4All, says he's about 90% done with the soundtrack and expects it to be done very soon. So I think Silent Hill Origins has sort of like got me a little bit more excited for this upcoming Silent Hill game, but even more so the fact that they have revamped the movement system, because it was one of the most terrible aspects of the game. So...
And I see some people knocking it in the channels, but, you know, story-wise, I think Silent Hill 1 and 2, which are the only ones I played, you know, I liked them. I enjoyed them. They had me hooked through it. So I'm excited to see the next-gen version of this.
You know, the interesting thing about the Silent Hill franchise, Force, is that they've always been, you know, people have always said, look, if you're going to try to remake Resident Evil, then just make another Resident Evil. But the one thing that the creator of Silent Hill has always said is that... what's more scary to me is not what you see, but what you don't see. And I think that Silent Hill has always followed those guidelines. Like, Resident Evil was always very visceral in like its visuals, and it was like, that's what made it as a good, solid title. Whereas like Silent Hill has always tried to hide that from you a little bit and made it like, oh, it's harder to see. And, you know, ultimately I think that they've captured a very strong, loyal fan base, but there's guys like me who are almost pro the way that they did Resident Evil, or not the way, as in they're made by two different companies, but I compare the two because they're always compared by the community. So, I don't know. Do you buy that, Force? Like, what you don't see is scarier than what you see? I mean, the imagination can be one of the scariest things in the world.
Oh, it's always anticipation of something coming is always better than, you know, the actual reveal, I think. So, and that game was all about that, you know, building up the tension.
Right. So, I don't know. I mean, we also have not really seen any movies, screenshots, anything really from this game. So, I'm just keeping one eye open for it. 2 more news items, guys. Excuse me, 3 more. Then we'll take a few of your phone calls, find out what you played this weekend, and if you have comment on any of these items. So one of the reasons that I actually went out and bought the Naruto game, the new one, Rise of the Ninja for the 360, was because of the promise from Ubisoft that it would be the first Naruto game to feature the Japanese voice actors, the original Japanese voice actors, in a game for American audiences. You know, the Japanese voice actors were no strangers to the Japanese versions of the games, but you know, the U.S. versions have always had the American cartoon voice actors. So you can imagine my wife and I's surprise when we popped the game in and heard the obnoxious U.S. version of Naruto yelling, "Believe it! Believe it!" And, you know, things like Shadow Clone Jutsu, which sounds so gay when you compare them to the much more appealing like Datebayo and Kagebushin no Jutsu. You know, like,
God, that's so good.
Isn't it? You know, you get it's like way different. You get Kagebushin versus Shadow Clone Jutsu. And the guy's like, it's like Naruto is like going through puberty, but hasn't quite hit puberty. And he's sort of like me, where he just likes to yell for no reason at all. But I just, you know, I could not play the game just having this little, "All right, guys, believe it." You know, I couldn't fucking do it. So after I played, hearing these English voices, we were scrambling. We were reading forums. I was trying to find it on the internet, like, what the fuck went wrong with the Naruto game? So the Ubisoft forums was absolutely filled with people who had the exact same complaints. So Ubisoft, what they did is they were still promising the Japanese sound pack, but they said it would be an Xbox Live downloadable. They didn't give any timeline as to when it would be released. So I was very, very happy to pop in Naruto on Thursday nonetheless and find that the Japanese voice pack is out. It's got all the original actors, and it seriously turned this game from a 5 for me into a 9. But
it was tiny too.
The full review. Oh yeah, it's like 60 meg.